Coming at you live from here, there, everywhere. It's Game 7. This is a Dodgers Nation pregame, Blue Heaven thing, whatever the hell we're calling it. And that's the sound of money right there. What is going on, Dodgers Nation? My name is Clint. You can find me as RealFRG on Twitter and Instagram, and the guy over to that way is...
Oh, I have to announce myself today. Oh, guys, I'm Brooke. You can find me at BrookeMe3 on Twitter and Instagram. Today, we're talking pregame, Game 7. Well, here's the thing. I have this problem, Clint, and maybe you can understand it. I keep hearing the best words in sports, Game 7, but those are my least favorite words in all of sports as a Dodgers fan. Yeah. I don't know how you feel about it, but, hey, I didn't think we'd get here, so I'll take what we can get.
Yeah, it's wild, man. We saw what happened with the Trastros. You know, they had all this fight, they had all this comeback, but ultimately it doesn't mean anything because it's tough in the postseason to win 3 games. So, I mean, I don't know where I'm at yet. You know, I mean, I'm riding high on getting a birthday win yesterday. It was a good time. Winning 2 in a row is fun, but still, like, you think of the last time we faced this kid, things just didn't go right. We know how the Dodgers like to just fail us in some way. So it's like, I don't know how ready I am to be hurt again, man.
I'm definitely not ready to be hurt again. Hopefully we get to walk away from this happy. Hopefully we get to walk away from this going to the World Series. Hopefully we have to do at least 4 more pregame shows this year. Just keep riding out October, doing all pregames. I'm going to jump into the comments a little bit here. Vince over on YouTube joining us says, let's go Dodgers. Yolanda over on Facebook, let's go boys. Swag Daddy McGee on Twitch, good vibes and apple pies. I don't know if that's a saying, but I like it. It's apple pies. I love it. I hit all 3 of the major platforms, just going off of 3 comments. I'm actually pretty proud of myself for that, so I'd like you to respect that. Claire over on Periscope says, anyone drunk yet? Not over here.
No, I'm on Monster. I'm hungover. If that helps.
That counts.
Let's see. We got Fabian or Fabian, if you're that guy from the Athletic Facebook, saying I called it before Game 5. We're going to make it here to Game 7. My friend Stacy over on Facebook is so excited and nervous, which I feel deep down in the pit of my blackened soul. And to keep with the Facebook trifecta, to not be cool like Brooke. Verdell on Facebook says, score early and score often. Base Lord, our friend, we see him all the time. Go Dodgers from Northern California. Up there in the bad country, but we appreciate you hanging out. Manny Moda, I don't think it's the real one in the stream, but we appreciate Manny Moda in the stream on YouTube in May. We trust. I say a loner, also saying no more sad podcasters. I know it's tough, man. It's tough to keep all the same rituals going.
We're a roller coaster over here, man. We never know what to expect.
Yeah, I mean, we're doing what we can to keep doing the same things. I know I am, and if we keep going far, I will reveal my secrets to everybody. But until then, you know, it's like a wish. I've been
drinking Coors since we started the win streak, and I don't even really like drinking Coors. So I guess I just have to keep doing that until we lose.
Nobody ever likes drinking Coors, but it is what it is. We got Danny's also being nervous. We got Cobra Kai Sports Cards. Go Dodgers, win Game 7, and that's what we're going for. That's kind of the plan. Whether or not we get the 3 runs in the first Dodgers or the 11 runs in the first Dodgers is the difference in our happiness. But we like the way this game is matching up. Before we get into the game, we got to talk a little bit about last night. It was a baseball game, which was surprising. It was dudes pitching deep into the game. Buehler shoved. He did what he was supposed to do. He way outpitched what you were hoping for, and he hit closer to what I was hoping. 6 innings. I think he should have been out there for the 7th because, like they were saying in the broadcast, you know, they saw him come out and they jumped all over trying to just get it. The same thing like happened with Rich Hill in the 2018 World Series. So, still, Dave struggling here and there with those little things. I don't think it was the wrong idea to take him out in the 6th, but I would have given Walker those last 2 batters through the lineup and then brought somebody in for Acuna. But it is what it is. Yep. But again, he did what the team needed. Braves only plated 1 run. Thank you, Mookie.
Dude, I mean, there's so many different points throughout last night's game where you look back on it and you're like, yeah, the Braves probably should have put up a couple runs there, or at least 1 run, or I don't know, multiple runs at some different points. And a couple of those can be attributed to a few different guys. Obviously, Mookie's play was huge. what a catch, man. I mean, a day after his defensive play of the year, he has another defensive play of the year. I think Dave said that the play the day before was still better, but I don't know, man. That's tough when you're playing at a stadium that you're still not used to, is still not your home field. To come out and make a play like that, to literally jump and catch a ball at the peak of your height and timing it out perfectly, it's just phenomenal. So several different spots. Bueller shoved, man. I mean, when he got backed into a corner, you just kind of felt it from him that he was going to come through this. Like, there were so many different times when he had traffic on the base where you were like, oh, he's going to be okay. I feel like he's going to get through this. And then he would just come out and crank 7 straight, like 99-mile-an-hour fastballs and get out of it. And you're like, yep, that's exactly what I expected him to do.
Yeah, our guy Santiago talking about that bases loaded, no outs inning, and a few points with that. We talked a little bit about it before the game, but that idea of Barnesy catching, that proved to be a really sneaky good move to have Austin catching. I mean, it was necessitated by an injured CT3 trying to maximize the amount of lineups, and playoff AB showed up, dropped a couple of knocks in there, but what he's able to do, I mean, you got grizzled Riverside veteran there, you got IE representing, and he stabilized the Buell dog. He helped talk him down, guide him through it, and that's what Walker was talking about after the game. Just I'm going to trust those guys. Thankfully he did point out, he trusts Will Smith as well, but he's going to trust what fingers they put down because they have the best view of what he's throwing, and I really do think Austin made a big difference in yesterday's ball game.
Yeah, absolutely. You hear everybody talk about it. You hear how just the way that Walker was like, yeah, I mean, there's some big spots, and Austin Barnes guided me through it. And we give Austin Barnes a lot of crap around here, and I think that's okay for us to give anybody crap on the team because we tend to do that no matter what.
Yeah.
But man, I the way that he handled the pitching staff yesterday, just altogether phenomenal. I think it was amazing. I think he did a great job. He put up good at bats too, which helps. That's not what you're looking for out of him in that position. You're more expecting him to handle the pitching staff a lot better there, but I'll take it, man. I really liked what I saw from Austin Barnes yesterday.
Also in that game, if we're sticking on the pitching side, back-to-back really good-looking outings from Kenley Jansen. I mean, I think it'll be tough. I mean, everybody's available tonight. It's Game 7. It's win or go home. But it's going to be tough to imagine Kenley getting the ball in the ninth for another save situation, going on his third straight day. But maybe that's something Kenley needs. He needs to be tired. He needs to be kind of worn out to keep the movement going. So is he earning back some of that benefit of the doubt, you think, for you and for the crowd?
Yeah, I don't know. I think a lot of people are just going to be anti-Kenley, and it's never going to change. And I don't think there's anything that he can do to change that. I do think that if you're looking at this bullpen and where we're at, you can give him the ninth inning again tonight. You can give him that opportunity to. Maybe you don't give him all 3 outs. Maybe you give him the last batter even. You don't know how it's going to time out. You don't know how it's going to work out, but you might get to a situation where, based on matchups, a left-handed pitcher might come in to start the inning and maybe get in some trouble or something like that, and Kenley comes in to shut it down, or vice versa. You bring in Kenley to start the inning, he gets the first 2 guys out, gets somebody on, and bring up somebody behind him to finish off the game. It doesn't matter how they get it done, as long as they get it done tonight. And I think the way that he's been throwing, inducing soft contact, he got the strikeouts the first day. Yesterday he gets 3 soft flyouts, like really soft flyouts. Mm-hmm. I like it. I like the thought of him coming in to a big situation where his adrenaline's going to be up, because he's proven time and time again, when his adrenaline is up, he's a lot better.
Oh, yeah. Big time. And, again, like you're saying, I'm fine to see him getting that final out if it makes sense. I don't want to see him facing Acuna. I don't want to see him facing Freeman or Ozuna with a two runs or less lead, whatever the hell it is. Make sure the situation is right for him. But we got a lot of bodies. We got a lot of people ready. Like I said, most of the bullpen, most of the staff is pretty much ready to go. I would say everybody but Walker Bueller could probably get into this game and make a difference. Notably, the game is on Fox today, Big Fox, and also FS1. Thankfully, Joe Davis is on the call today. Our friend, Mr. Joe Davis, friend of the show, and he will be on the call with John Smoltz, so it might be a little bit more balanced broadcast, because I think Davis kind of brings Smoltzy a little bit back to earth and away from his very blatant Braves ties, because the guy is in the Hall of Fame with the Braves cap.
Yeah, I think it's. I just think it's really funny that the Braves, up until this point, thought that the broadcast was Dodgers biased. I was like, how do you add that up? How does that work out? Your Hall of Fame pitcher is nonstop talking about you all the time, nonstop. And I get it. Like he's a Brave through and through. I understand it.
Mm-hmm.
He's on a national broadcast. Probably shouldn't be. But if you're going to throw Joe Davis in there, I think Joe Davis is a lot more neutral, probably more neutral than any broadcaster that I've ever heard call a game before, especially for somebody that works for a specific team.
Mm-hmm.
But with that in mind, I don't mind having the Dodgers representation in the booth with the Braves representation. I think it's kind of fun. You get a little bit of each. I love that.
Yep. Yeah, no, it's a much better mix and balance. And sure, no doubt, Joe Buck, Hall of Famer, all this kind of stuff too. He's broadcast Hall of Famer. He's great. He's good. Everybody, whatever the fan base is, they're always going to think he's pulling against them. He's probably not trying, unless it's like the Cardinals in baseball or the Cowboys, because he's on every damn Cowboys game in the NFL. But I am happy to more so potentially, knock on wood here, potentially hear a Joe Davis punctuate an iconic play for a Dodger win to advance the World Series, just because that's going to mean that much more down the road. You think about hearing these calls. You think about hearing Vinny's call on the Kirk Gibson play, the homer for years and decades now. So those are those little things where you worry about winning the game first, but we're happy to have Joe fulfilling also a lifetime dream of calling a Game 7. So it kind of worked out that way. A lot of those little things playing together where it looks like this is going to be some magic in Game 7. Magic only happens if the bats can get going. And once again, we won, but scoreless after the first inning. How you feeling about this?
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's not like they didn't have the opportunities to. It's not like they were just getting completely shut down or not getting on base or anything like that. They had every opportunity to score multiple times throughout this game. They left a bunch of dudes on base throughout the course of Game 6. I think like in total you got like 20 left on base or something like that based on at bats. But they just have this tendency, man. Once they get ahead, sometimes it just feels like they slow down, and it's been the case through every part of the season, throughout the playoffs, with the exception of one game, literally one game. But even then, you talk about that, you get 11 runs in the first inning and end up with 15. It's not bad, obviously, but I don't know. Does it lack the killer instinct? Are they missing something? They did, to be fair, they were still facing Max Fried, who I thought was going to shut them down in the first place. So to be fair, Max Fried had 2 bad pitches for Max Fried. 2 bad pitches. You hung one up to Corey Seager. You had to know that they were going to be looking for that at some point. And then, a fastball middle in on Justin Turner is not always going to play up to him. So made a couple bad pitches. I thought he was going to have literally a shutout performance in this one. I thought he was going to go 6 and shut out the Dodgers, and we were going to have to get it done late. Obviously, he didn't, but I don't really fault him for that. But then you also have to face 2 of their best relievers after that, in O'Day and Martin. So, yes, it worries me. But on the other hand, I kind of get it, and I kind of understand. You cannot do that today, though.
No, because there is no tomorrow if you don't win today. So, dig into a few of the comments before we do get into today's game. We got Robert out in Coachella Valley representing. We got Sellersburg, Indiana. Ozzy saying, we got this. Santiago saying D-May pitching, isn't he? Yes, we do have D-May on the mound today, but a little bit of everybody's going to be going behind him. D-May just pitched, 2 days ago? So don't expect very much. Norma's in the stream. Again, like always, I'm behind in the comments. We said, Game 7, let's go. Saying hi to the both of us. Representing from 562 there. Let's see what else. I don't know. They're all kind of over the place. You got anything good? I liked Kenley Jansen Goon Squad saying Braves with a lot of hubrisy stuff on their social media today. Just saying.
Yeah. Someone have to teach Braves how to hubris correctly. Jeff over on Facebook says, hopefully Mook and Billy strike tonight. I feel like that's a common theme that I'm seeing around social media today, is that people really feel like the former MVPs are going to play up big in this one. And it's kind of been where if one's on, the other one's not during the course of these playoffs.
Yeah.
So how great would that be to see them both light it up tonight? Man, if Cody and Mookie both hit tonight, I can pretty much guarantee a win for you guys, for us.
Yeah, I feel very confident in this in what we can throw at the team. We can throw at the Braves with the pitching staff. They're going to be able to shut them down well enough. The big key is just going to be that first inning, like that momentum of Butane shutting them down in that first yesterday. I mean, that carried a long way throughout the game. So you look at that, you don't have D-May yanking the ball, you don't have him struggling to find the zone. You got to have him attack early, get some ground outs, get something. I mean, they're a fastball hitting team. They've noted that. He tried to go to a secondary a lot in the last game. Maybe bit him a little bit, threw a lot of pitches in only 2 innings, 55 pitches or whatever it is. But, they're a fastball hitting team. But Buehler said, F it, I'm going to my strength, which is fastball, and that's what he did yesterday, and it worked out. So sometimes you got to go strength against strength in that regard. But, all hands on deck. Baez, Kenley, and Blake Trinan, if they pitch today, will be 3 in a row. Do you think Dave has any hesitation with that?
Oof, man. I think if you're looking at the 3 of them, he's obviously proven that he's not afraid to throw Trinan 3 days in a row. He's not he doesn't seem afraid to throw Trinan 9 days in a row at this point. Based on history, I would find it difficult to see him throwing Pedro out there a 3rd straight game during a Game 7. I mean, it's just the way it's lined up for him in the past during the postseason. I don't think he's going to throw him out there for a 3rd day again unless he absolutely has to. And he might have to, but I just don't. There's too many guys that are fresh and available right now. I think that's the issue.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would wager that he's the only guy, aside from Walker Buehler, he's the only guy that we wouldn't see. Dave was asked yesterday and a little bit this morning, do we see Kershaw, or could we see Kershaw? And he did not close the door on that possibility. Do you think we see Clayton Kershaw in a relief role in this game?
I think we see him in the bullpen again. You're going to see his face out there, and that's going to set the world on fire. Man, I hate to be that guy. I love Clayton Kershaw, and I always want him to succeed, and I always want him to do well. I would much rather not have him come into this game. I don't want to get into a situation where you need him to come into this game. I'm not saying he can't. I'm not saying he can't get the job done, but you got an aging left-handed veteran that has just come off of back spasms that just threw a bunch of pitches. I don't think you need to do that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of other guys that you could throw. Let Kershaw get fresh and get ready for the World Series should we get there.
Yeah, if we do see, we've seen Kershaw be very, very good in the right situations in the postseason, but I think after what we saw 2019 NLDS, that door is closed. You have the bodies. You finally went out and filled out the bullpen that you've been lacking for the last 8 seasons of this playoff run. You have it where you're set to where Baez isn't even your 8th inning guy anymore. You don't need to bring in Clayton Kershaw unless it's just a straight-up emergency. Something had to have gone very wrong if Clayton gets in this game, because it's going to go D-May. He's probably going to go 2. If he goes 3, something went really right for us. He got some quick outs in the first. I don't think he goes through the lineup twice. And then Doc did mention that it's going to be you're going to see Gonsolin in this game for sure. So Tony might come in right after him. But I would not be surprised to see Doc go to Julio, by the 2nd, 3rd, or by the 3rd, 4th inning or something like that. Because I think that Julio filling the middle innings there, it's proven to be good so far this postseason.
Yeah, I mean, he shut everybody out when he's coming to those bulk inning role. So you think about that. You think about the fact that guys like Dylan Floro are pretty fresh. Guys like Adam Kolarek, though you probably don't want to go to him considering how he's done unless you have to. That guy's pretty fresh. Jake McGee's pretty fresh. I mean, Alex Wood could probably throw tonight. I'm sure he probably could. Again, another guy that you probably don't want to see. Situation where he has to throw. I don't want to see Joe Kelly throw tonight, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't want to get in a situation like that. If I'm trying to choose between going with some of our fresh starters, I'd rather do that. Get Julio in there after Tony if you need to. But I would much rather go that route. But you look at who is available. There's a lot of people available Flip side, you look at the Braves, and the Braves got to be running on fumes, man.
Yeah.
They're going to have to grind this one out if they want to take this.
Yeah, this is like a slightly cleaner version of that 18 NLCS we played against the Brewers, but the Dodgers are much better equipped than they were then. So now it's just going to be about who can get that momentum first, who can get that luck first, and let's dig in more while we go through the comments, because I see a number of people that are not fans of the idea of Kersh in there, and I 1,000% get that and even agree with that. Kershaw should not see game when you have, Bazooka got last night off. He's ready to go. You could see him, closing out the game. I personally am thinking you're going to see probably May, Urias, Gonsolin, and Kershaw. I mean, hey, we've seen Julio get those 3-inning saves as well. Maybe you plug him in at the end of the game and just you stomp it. You got to shut the door because you need to get this dub, man. So there's a lot of options and they're all good.
Yeah, absolutely. I also think that there's a possibility that Dave just makes it so that no one sees the same part of the lineup twice. I think that's also a realistic thing that we could be looking at. It's worked in the past. It's definitely worked on the Dodgers in the past. So I think tonight is going to be wild. That's all I'll say. I have obviously no idea what's going to happen, but I think it's going to be wild.
Comments here. We got Michael Thomas on Facebook saying Kershaw better be nowhere near this game. No reason to use him out of the bullpen. I mean, a lot of that's going to be dictated early in the game too. If D-May struggles early, if he can't even get out of the first, you're going to see Kershaw stirring around in that bullpen just to be ready, just to think that he needs to do what he always does and put the team on his back in some way. Probably doesn't need to, but that's just how he feels. Alfred asks, who do you put in after Dustin May? So yeah, who do you go to? You go Tony or you go Julio?
After Dustin?
Yeah.
I don't hate the idea of bringing in Julio after Dustin. Just stacking up the lefties and righties against him. Obviously, it depends where Dustin May comes out in the lineup, but don't think you can really go wrong with either. But I don't hate the idea of going from Dustin to Julio to Tony. I mean, that's 3 very different pitch mixes coming at you, and different arm angles, different slots, and different sides of the baseball. I think that's a really good attack, honestly.
I just realized we passed 420 along the way, so people were saying to smoke away the nerves.
Oh.
Completely off base, but I saw the comment there. Yeah, I agree with what you're saying there. To go to the other side now, Ian Anderson, 6th youngest rookie to start a winner-take-all postseason games, 22 years old, 169 days, 4 scoreless in Game 2 against the Dodgers. That game they won. There were some questionable decisions by Dave in that game. What do you think? What do you think about Anderson going against LA twice in such a short span?
Yeah, I think that the Dodgers went into that game knowing that they were going to work the count on him, knowing that they were going to extend the pitch count on him, knowing that they were going to get their walks off of him, and then they did get their walks off of him. They walked 5 times in 4 innings off of Anderson. Made him throw a bunch of pitches in 4 innings. I think it's like 85 or 86 pitches in 4 innings.
Mm-hmm.
I think that actually ended up kind of hurting them a little bit. They were looking at some pitches. They were looking at some balls right down the middle. They were taking fastballs right over the heart of the plate on 2-0 counts or something like that, looking to draw the walk. I think that actually hurt them. So when you hear Dave talk about it today, he didn't flat out admit that ended up hurting them, but he's like, look, we have to be aggressive on balls in the zone. Like, you don't swing at balls outside of the zone, I get that. But if you get a fastball over the heart of the plate, you got to take a hack at that. So I think we're going to see a much different approach than they took last time around versus him. Because, I mean, the dude, if you take away his walks, you look at everything else, and he basically shut them out. He gave up 1 base hit to them, and that was it. So you got to do something different to him today. Don't just look to walk and get on every single time and hope that works out for you. Not that that's a bad approach by any means. Billy Beane said that works, so it must work. But they got to do something with this kid, and hopefully the moment's too big for him.
Yeah, the Dodgers did mention that too about they got a lot of walks, they worked a count, and they weren't capitalizing on other things. They weren't maybe attacking some of the pitches. So that's why we saw in the next game, we saw them come out hot with their that was the next one was the 11-run first inning because I think they got tired of just watching a bunch of pitches and not capitalizing. So you might see something in between there. I saw one of the comments earlier, somebody mentioning, Mookie with the leadoff bunt double, and I'm like, hey, I'm down. Change it up, do something, get Mookie on base, kind of go from there. Let's take a moment, by the way, to just shout out Corey Seager. Smooth. That beautiful man is just destroying the baseball right now. What the hell is different, man?
He said he's going to put the team on his back and carry us all to the World Series. That's what he's doing right now, man. I don't know. It's so funny because you look at, if you've been a Dodger fan long enough to have seen them lose 2 World Series in the past couple of years, you know that Corey Seager is every bit capable of what he's doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, as a Dodger fan, you look at that and you remember his rookie campaign and the year after that, and you're going, yeah, that's a great ball player. That's a guy that's going to succeed long term. That's a guy that's going to get the bag when it comes to free agency. Obviously, a pair of potentially career devastating injuries that could have really set him off course. Comes back, quote unquote healthy in 2019, but I think even you and I both knew that he wasn't healthy in 2019.
Still, and
this is the first
great
year. This is the first year where you see him where he's like, I am 100% now. And he'll admit, being healthy is all that's really gotten me here. That the talent's always been there. You know that the capability's always been there. It's just whether or not he's healthy enough to get it done. And now he is getting it done. And my God, man, he is on fire.
Yeah. Santiago said Corey Seager gave Jobu some tequila. That's how he hit the curveball.
There you go.
No, it's pretty incredible to see this version of Corey Seager, which we really didn't see after his second campaign because he started hurting. But he came out, he got the Rookie of the Year. He was fantastic when he came up in 15 and took over the shortstop role from Jimmy Rollins. And now grizzled veteran, like you're saying, securing that bag. I really quickly am throwing money at him before Cody Bellinger all of a sudden.
Oh, dude, that's not even a question for me. I mean, if you're saying you can either pay Cody Bellinger or pay Corey Seager, I'm not even going to blink twice at you before I tell you to pay Corey Seager. And that's to me, even if Cody had a decent year this year, I would still be saying that because I think that he reached his peak as an MVP personally. That's my opinion. I might be wrong about it. Hopefully he proves me wrong over the next couple of years, but that's what I think about that.
With that, we don't need to talk about that until the off season. We got times we still have time. We still got more Corey Seager. So let's get into the lineup as we do have a friend. We got Sean Kim, Braves fan, in the chat here. So thanks for hanging out with us, Sean. We hope you guys lose today, but Dodgers lineup, it's what you expect. You got Pollock back in left field. You got Peterson at the DH spot, Big Willie style catches, but Chris Taylor, a healthy asterisk. Chris Taylor at second base, not in the outfield. What was your first reaction to seeing the lineup?
Well, I don't know. I still really prefer Jock Peterson over AJ Pollock in the outfield. I'm still going to stick in that, and I prefer CT over both of those guys. Mm-hmm. But obviously, seems possible that there's not 100% health there. You don't want to read into it too much in this situation, but the way that it's timed out and the way that it's worked out, it kind of seems like that might be the case. Other than that, same stuff. Nothing really different for me. Good, solid lineup. I like Jock's bat still in there in a big situation. I don't know. I like that you get Will Smith back in there. Personally, I would have found a way to get Austin Barnes back in this lineup, but that's just me.
Yeah, there's ways you could have done it. There's definitely ways you could have done it. I mean, Pollock isn't having a fantastic series, so you throw Peterson out there, you stick with that DH again, and just let Barnesy guide the staff. And man, you just think about what we're saying here. We would be laughing at ourselves a year ago, being like, man, we need to get Austin Barnes in the lineup. But
in 2020 is weird, man. I don't know. 2020 is a weird year. Yeah, I find myself rooting for Austin Barnes on a daily basis. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, times are tough, man. Let's see. A few of the comments here. James Brown, our boy James Brown in the stream here saying slumping hitters need to produce. Agree with that. Big time. Jeremy says need to be aggressive and smart. James Brown is also going, he's digging that top four in the lineup there. Or not the top four, because he's got Smith. I think I think he's one of the people that would prefer to not see Max batting 4. But Max he's getting on. He's moving it around. He's getting the job done, in my opinion.
He's doing his job, man. He's drawing those walks. That's why he's in there. I know people don't really love that, but he is making a difference in the lineup on a daily basis.
Michael is saying CT3 with a huge night. That would be nice because he's been struggling a little bit. He did get that double after his hit the bat by pitch, whatever the hell you want to call it. His poor acting job that didn't quite go over. Kate saying feeling like Mookie getting to see the Braves pitching again after the NL switch is helping. You really got to think that that's playing up for Mookie. The more he's able to see these guys, I mean, if he gets a chance to see a starter 3 times, if he's 0 for 2 in his first pair of at bats, he's dropping a hit more often than not in that third.
Right, and that's a guy that you really need to get on base and get things done in order to get this offense moving. Like I said, he's the key to our success, and he's got to be the key to our success in this one.
So yeah, guys, go ahead and drop your call your shots and all that stuff. We do want to end the show on that. Everybody calling their shots, including our called shots. So yeah, why don't you give us your called shot, by the way, Mr. Me3.
Man,
Put the lineup back
up. You feel like you want to go Corey, but you almost can't go Corey because Corey's done it so many times at this point. I'm not going to go Corey today. I feel like I should go Corey today, but I'm not going to go Corey today. Once again, I'm going catcher again, Mr. FRG. I'm going back to Will Smith. Big Willie style getting it done again today in the lineup.
You can't be mad at that, and chances are you might not be wrong. I'm going to go wild here, man. I'm going DH. I'm getting playoff P right here. We're going Jock Peterson. I think he does something good with the bat, because we were talking about, I think, yesterday, pregame or whatever. He looks close, man. He's hitting the hell out of it. Just, he's right there when it comes to the power stroke. So I would love to see Jock run into something again in this series. I'm sure it's not Poppy's birthday. It's not his daughter's birthday anymore, but he can still hit a dinger. And the other side of the ball, or other side of the field, other side of the diamond, other dugout. Not much change for the Bravos. Mark Akis back in there. I think it's the same exact lineup from the day before. So that's what they have, and you'd like to think you feel that D-May, whatever the combination of D-May and Gonsolin and Urias and whoever else can do some damage. Bazooka again, he sat last night, so that's a kid that's ready to go. And as long as he's not relieving Kershaw, I think he's going to kill it. But
too much pressure relieving Kershaw. I can't do it.
All right, find some comments, and then we'll head on out of here. We're about 40 minutes away from first pitch. 5:15 on Fox. Joe Davis on the call, and John Smoltz on the color commentary. Yasiel Puig is in the stream. I don't think it's the real one. But Yasiel Puig says another one of those 15-run games would be great tonight. How do you feel about that? Yeah.
I would take a 15-run game if I were able to get that. Danielle over on Facebook says JT goes yard tonight. I will point out that I predicted that Justin Turner would not hit a home run for the rest of the postseason because of the size of this park, and he absolutely proved me wrong. So I am so sorry for that, JT. I love that old man strength. I love you finding that hole. Ray over on Facebook says Bellinger will have a big game. There are a lot of Bellingers in here right now. I think people are really feeling him breaking out tonight. Man, we already said it, but how good would it feel to have Mookie and Cody break out on the same night?
Yeah, we need that MVP mix, like you mentioned earlier in the show, doing something a little bit different. You want to see – I mean, Cody hasn't had a terrible series, but you really want to see a breakout. You want to see 2-3 hits in there, long dong. Let Cody be Cody right there. Let there be a belly bomb. Ray on Facebook says 8-5 Dodgers. Wilfredo on Facebook 7-2 Dodger win. Danielle, you said that. Mookie goes yard. 7-6 Dodgers. Closer game by Aeronetic. So yeah.
Got Katie over on YouTube says Betts is his first bomb tonight. I would very much like to see Mookie do it. Haywood over on YouTube as well also said Mookie doing something big. Mookie's doing something big every single game, so it doesn't matter what day it is.
Well, guys, that's going to pretty much wrap it up for us. We got our boy Doug McCain, perfect timing, saying 6-3 Dodgers. Max Muncy hits a tank job, and you guys can call him out on his called shot right after the game. Wherever you're watching us, you can watch the post-game show, which is either going to be a party or going to be a nightmare. but Doug will be there because he is a damn professional, and we love him for it. Great show, and if you missed that, make sure you subscribe to his podcast. It's the same. It's basically your guys' podcast, Dodgers Dugout, DOUG, because that is his name, and that's just funny. Shout out to Gary on that call. This could be it, guys. Nothing is ever pre-scripted in baseball. Even if my grandpa told me otherwise, all of this is a money scam, and they've had these all printed out for decades. But really, this could be our last post-game. Or pre-game. We don't know. We hope not. We want to keep doing it, even though we're tired as hell. But this has been fun. I didn't think we'd be doing this 7 days in a row. And like I was telling Brooke before the show, I have a lot more respect for John Hartung, and I mean, not as much for anybody in ESPN, but as much of not a pain. It's been fun, but it's been like one of those labors of love, and we appreciate you guys hanging out with us on every one of these shows. I think, again, as tired as we are, Brooke, I think we're having fun with it, right?
It's a lot more fun when people actually show up to watch you and engage with you and talk to you. I'll tell you guys that much.
For sure. So hopefully we get to do 4 more of these. Because we're going to sweep in the World Series, right? Yeah. We'll do 4 more winning one of these. But if not, we are a podcast as well. So check us out. Wait, are we doing it tomorrow? I guess we have to do a show tomorrow, right?
Oh, yeah.
Well, guys, we have hella content on the internet machine. Go to DodgersNation.com. Click on all the articles. That helps us literally live, so we'd appreciate that. Podcast Blue Heaven is on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Play, everywhere podcasts are available. You could probably find us there. And subscribe to our YouTube, please. We really appreciate that. YouTube.com/DodgersNationTV. Hit that notification bell. You'll be glad you did.
Oh, absolutely. Guys, I am at BrookMe3. This other guy is at RealFRG. We are both on Twitter and Instagram. We are at Dodgers Nation on Twitter, at Official Dodgers Nation on Instagram. Make sure you guys hang out after the game with Doug for either absolute madness or absolute sadness. Whatever happens in this game, you're going to feel it. Guys, thank you for hanging out. We appreciate your comments. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for everything. Thank you for being here all postseason long. We love you. We appreciate you. Go Dodgers. Let's go to the World Series.
Bye.
It's time for Dodger baseball.
Swung on and missed a perfect game.
High fly ball into right field. She is gone. Fernando Valenzuela has pitched a no-hitter. This is a no-hitter. Turner in the air to center field. That ball's hit well. Martinez on the run. This is way back. It is gone! It is a walk-off home run for Justin Turner! And for the second consecutive season, the Dodgers are going to the World Series. Bellinger hammers the ball! It's Bellinger's turn! Lifts a fly ball to left center field. Back towards the wall. It is gone! Mookie with another 3-home run game!
Welcome to the Dodgers Nation postgame. So the Dodgers are back in the Fall Classic. They win a nail-biter. I would call it a nail-biter, but my nails have been gone for hours now. The Dodgers, they get it done. The boys of summer have become the comeback kids. You saw history tonight. You saw an instant classic, a heavyweight title fight, and you saw a Dodger team come back down 3-1. How are you feeling out there, Dodgers Nation? I know you're feeling fantastic because your boys in blue, they defied the odds. Everyone thought this team was finished. Well, tonight they finished the job against against the Atlanta Braves, and the Dodgers are headed back to the World Series. And what a classic game this was, and a big tip of the cap to the Atlanta Braves, a classy team, classy organization, but the Dodgers were the better team, and they played like it was Game 7 for the last 3 days. And your boys in blue are back in the World Series, and we've got lots to get into, lots to break down as always. But first, let me know where you represent Dodgers Nation from. I don't know if I mentioned, my name is Doug McCain. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMAC_late, but I know the comment section is lit, so we're going to jump right into the comment section, and here we go. Patty Garcia, believe, go Dodgers from Ralph. We got Spokane, Washington. We got great job, 4 more games. I'm in Camp Pendleton, California. Congratulations from Train, who said the Dodgers were going to lose, just so you know. Yay from Troy Goodwin. NL champs, baby, from Moose. We got East Lansing, Michigan. Doug Crosby, way to go, Belly. Laura Ruiz, the atomic belly bomb for the ages to put the Dodgers on top. The Dodgers got it. The Dodgers get the 2-run single by Will Smith there in the 3rd inning, and then Kike Hernandez with a no doubt about shot, and then Cody Bellinger with the solo shot to put the Dodgers on top for good. The Dodgers win by a score of 4-3, and Julio Urias, mash that heart button for Julio Urias. If you're watching the show on Twitter, be sure to hit that retweet button. Be sure to hit that share button if you're on Facebook. Mash that heart button for Julio Urias, and then also for all my Dave Roberts detractors, how about you give Dave Roberts some credit for leaving Julio Urias in the game as long as he did. Julio Urias goes 3 innings tonight, 39 pitches, 25 for strikes, and all that is soft contact. He was inducing that soft contact. He's got that slow heartbeat. I've told you, Urias is a furious Urias out there on the mound. He just doesn't show it, and he just got that fire, and he did it for the Dodgers tonight. Jonathan Sherman, let's go, a legend. Jonathan Sherman, welcome to the show, a day one. We got way to go. Congrats from Bring on the Rays from Joe Bennett. We got We Love the Dodgers over from Lorraine over on Facebook. Let's go Dodgers. We got Moose with the championship trophy emoji. We got Penny Bjork, awesome, great job Dodgers from Joanne Carrillo over there. We got Rico, great job Dave Roberts sticking with Urias. Let's freaking go from Brian Vasquez. Kevin, boom, let's go Julio. We got Ralph, go Dodgers. Joseph Megazani's here at the Dodgers. This is the unofficial official Dodgers after party, guys. We can do this all night long, celebrating the Dodgers making their 3rd World Series in the last 4 years. Your boys in blue, what a fantastic baseball game we saw tonight in the Dodgers. They stuck with it, and Dustin made Tony Gonson rookie starters, 5 walks apiece among them too. The Dodgers found a way to stay in this one, and they found a way to pull it off. The Dodgers, the comeback is complete against the Atlanta Braves. Dodger Blue is magical from Charles. We got I Love LA from Vicky. I love LA. Cue that Randy Newman. We'll bump that all night long. The freaking Dodgers from Heath. Get it, Dodgers. We did it, Tyrone Smith. Greg Pierce, 4 wins from partying like 1998. Yes, the Dodgers are now just 4 wins away from baseball immortality. Down 3-1, we did it, baby, from Cowboys strings. Yes, it was the first time since 1981 that the Dodgers have won 3 consecutive elimination games, but the Dodgers making history, coming back, trailing 3-1 in this series. What I tell you after we lost that game, I said, the Dodgers, they're not history, they will make history. That's what I said, and you saw what the Dodgers did tonight. They came all the way back, and not just come back in the series, they came back in this game, and it was an all-hands-on-deck effort, and the belly bomb, the Kike crank out there, and then Julio Urias. It was just a team effort. Blake Trinan coming in. He was very effective. Some base running blunders. The catch by Mookie Betts. Like Mookie, if I could be like Mookie. I mean, it was Air Mookie there again. Another game-changing catch right there. How you guys feeling about your Dodgers? Mash that heart button. Hit that retweet button. If you're on Facebook, be sure to share the show if you're on Facebook. And if I don't get your comment, I will get back to no doubt about it from Amari Parker. Chris Roberts is a we got the 323 Hollywood from Nick. We got Ray Guns 2020 Dodgers with the 2020 Dodgers. What a time to be alive. Yes, you are witnessing the golden age of Dodger baseball. You will remember tonight's game for the rest of your life. You will tell your grandkids and your grandkids the time that you saw the atomic belly bomb right there from in the 7th inning from Cody Bellinger and the Dodgers. It was just something spectacular to come back in this series, to come back down after Dustin May comes out there, and he wasn't, but Dustin May still made some big pitches there to get the Dodgers out of this one. It could have been a lot worse in that top first. A 4-pitch walk to start the game for Dustin May. He walks Acuna on 4 pitches, and then he walks Freddie Freeman on 4 pitches, so 8 straight walks. Ozuna singles to left to score Acuna to make it 1-0 Braves, and then he gets d'Arnaud to ground into a double play. Freddie Freeman advances to third on the play. Albies to the plate. And then Dustin May, he punches out Albies to get them out of the inning with minimal damage. So, yes, Dustin May was not his best start for Dustin Mania, but that big punch out with Freddie Freeman on third, it was a game-changing play because this one could have gotten away from the Dodgers early in this one. But I'm stunned. It's unreal. I'm numb from 5150 Rams. We got Super Heart. Yeah, from Moose, let's go. Loving it. Unreal. I can't believe they pulled it off from Clay Dunsmore. What's up, Clay? How you been, my man? We got Fort Still, Oklahoma in the house. Look out, Tampa. Here we come. 4 more wins. Yeah, Tampa Bay thinks they're championship city. They think they're title town there in Tampa Bay with the Tampa Bay Lightnings. No, we have the Los Angeles Lakers, and now we have the Los Angeles Dodgers. We're doing it, and we're going to party like it's 1988. Lakers already won the Larry O'Brien. We're about to take the Commissioner's Trophy. So a night you're never going to forget here in the city of Los Angeles. An instant classic against 2 heavyweights. Give the Braves a lot of credit. I have nothing but respect for that Braves team. They gave the Dodgers everything they could handle in this series, and then some. But the Dodgers, just that the big Dodger in the sky, as Tommy Lasorda likes to call it, was on the Dodgers side today. The grit, the tenacity, it was just something spectacular that your Dodgers showed. That championship medal, you saw that tonight from this club. Big hits. Cody Bellinger moving down the line. Hey, I'm at the 6th spot. I'm fine. I'm the MVP. I have no ego. I'm a guy that's helped this club get here with all these big plays in the outfield. He had the big triple. He had his own home run. But that belly blast, I'm calling it the atomic belly bomb because that's exactly what it was. And the Dodgers didn't look back. They advanced to their 3rd World Series in the last 4 years. Bruce Davis in the house from Portland, Oregon. What's up, Bruce? Urias, Mexican Pride from Jose over on Facebook. Exactly. You know how big of a, if you've been watching the show all year, I've been a massive fan of Julio Urias, the way he can induce soft contact and his poise on the mound. The moment is never too big for Julio Urias. We saw it last year, a couple years ago against the Brewers, and this game was very reminiscent of that Game 7. You saw Puig, he hit that home run in the 6th inning. Kike with the big Kike crank there in the 6th inning, and the Dodgers, they just gutted this one out, and I'm almost at a loss for words, and no one really says about me that much, but I'm just almost speechless because the Dodgers, they look like they were finished, and tonight they finished the job. The Braves took the ATL in Game 7, and like I said, the Braves are a really solid team. And look, to me, one thing I want to say is those were the 2 best teams in the National League. I don't care if it's a 60-game season, a 100-game season, or 162-game season. Those were the 2 best teams duking it out in the NLCS, and the Dodgers prevailed. But belly bomb, I love LA. I'm from Mexico, and my whole neighborhood was screaming. Hey, shout out to your whole neighborhood over there in Mexico. The stars are bright from OB. Dominic from Tapia loves him, though. Urias. Man, the ice in his veins, fire in his eyes, Julio Urias. And he wasn't even getting very many big punch-outs, but one of the big keys for Julio Urias to me was that 8th inning. That 8th inning to not lose Freddie Freeman and not lose Ozuna. He gets ahead of Freddie Freeman 1-2, then Freeman works the count full, and then he flies to center for the first out, and then to get Ozuna and Freeman in that situation, to get d'Arnaud to ground out for the 3rd out, it was big because just keeping runners off the base, that was the Achilles heel of the Dodgers early in the game with Dustin May and Tony Gonsolin. But hey, the Dodgers, they win as a team, they lose as a team, and tonight it was the Kike crank, is the belly bomb. Shout out to my girlfriend. She called it before the game. She said that Cody Bellinger was going deep tonight. I said it was going to be Max Muncy. Should have listened to her because she was 100% spot on. But Jalisco, we got Freeman just handed DR the trophy. We got Yeah, give Dave Roberts a lot of credit. The much maligned Dave Roberts. He's the dartboard when the Dodgers lose. I call it the Dave dartboard because hey, that's where you want to focus your energy on. And look, the Dustin May start, was that his choice? I'm not sure. But how about going to Blake Treinen when he did? Blake Treinen pitching in his third game in 3 days. He goes out there and Blake Treinen was just fantastic. Blake Treinen was nails in that inning. He came out there, he shut it down. And it was just fantastic. It was just fantastic right there in that inning. And he comes in and he gets the Dodgers out of trouble there in that fourth inning. On a 3-2 count, he walks Albies for the Braves, fourth walk of the ninth, and Riley singles to center to score Albies to make it 3-2. And then that was on Tony Gonsolin, and then Doc goes to Trinan. So they turn to Trinan for his third game in a row, gets Markakis to ground one, right to Turner. They get Swanson in a rundown, and then Turner gets Riley at third for a double play. So another base running blunder. We saw with Ozuna when he was leaving early with the Mookie play, and they in Game 5, then we saw the Albies base running blunder, and then you saw tonight another one cost the Braves in that inning, because I thought it could have gotten away from the Dodgers early, the way the two rookie pitchers were not able to handle it early on. But hey, only I think was it 3 hits or 4 hits for the Braves tonight, despite the walks. Yeah, the Braves just 3 hits on the night for the Atlanta Braves, and you got the home run, and you got the home run by Dansby Swanson there in the second inning off Gonsolin, and then it was just one home run, just a home run and 2 singles. So they weren't slugging him all night, and then Blake Trinan, like I said, there in that fourth inning, he was clutch. And Trinan he's like, hey man, let's go out here, let's lock it down. Dodgers got a major break there, but then Trinan comes in, gets the Dodgers out of trouble, and it was a massive victory. It really swung the momentum when it looked like the Braves had the Dodgers on the ropes early in the game. But let's jump back into the comments section, guys. How you feeling tonight? Your boys in blue are the comeback kids, and I'm telling you, this time next week, we're going to be calling them the legends of the fall, because this Dodger team is special, and it's their third pennant in the last 4 seasons. 3 runs on 3 hits. Dodgers 4 runs on 10 hits, exactly. Dodgers had opportunities all night. You had runners on the base pass all night, and it's a game where you look at some of the numbers, you're like, hey, are the Dodgers supposed to even win tonight? But hey, the Dodgers timely hitting, and it's the home runs. Hey, look, we are, right? And the home run has been very nice to the Los Angeles Dodgers. 118 bombs on the year, led all of Major League Baseball tonight. The 2 biggest home runs of the year, maybe the Will Smith one the other night, but today the Kike home run to tie things up. And we're talking about no doubt about shots. I thought you weren't supposed to hit home runs in Texas. I thought that Globe Life Field, you don't hit home runs. Well, someone forgot to mention that to the Los Angeles Dodgers. 16 bombs in this series for your boys in blue. But tonight, look, they ended up going just 1 for 10 with runners in scoring position. They left 10 men on base, but they found a way to get it done. And this Dodger team, they can win a tight one this year. I think they were 8-8 in one-run games. So I was a little nervous late in that game. Of course, I mean, my heart was just doing cartwheels the whole entire game. But let's get back to you guys, man. We'll do some rapid fire here. 11 RBIs for Seager. Yeah, let me know who wins NLCS MVP, because I'm pretty sure it's very obvious there. I called it, Corey. Robert Seager, NLCS MVP from Maura O'Brien over on Facebook. Seager was cold as ice. Otherwise, we'd have broken it open. Yes, like they were really focused on trying to get not let. Just like we didn't want Freddie Freeman to beat us. They had the same mentality against Corey Seager. You could tell their game plan on Corey Seager was to not let him beat them. Had some soft ground ball outs today, but hey, without Corey Seager, we would not have won this series. This series would have been over days ago. So Corey Seager, hey, he ends up going. I don't even care about the stats tonight. I'll be honest with you. He goes 0 for 5, but Corey Seager, like I said, he's in a siege of his own the way he's playing for this Dodger team. A top 5 to 10 talent in Major League Baseball. Francisco Lindor couldn't even He'd wipe the floor with Francisco Lindor at this point in his career to me, but we got the power. We got Seager won it. Braves bullpen got a close second. Mookie, robbery, or belly bomb. Which one do you love more, Doug, from Clay Dunsmore? And you know I love me. I love when you can get it done with the leather, but that belly bomb was an outer body experience. I'm telling you, that belly bomb was a belly bomb for the ages. To me, it's right up there with Justin Turner's home run in 2017 against the Cubs in Game 2. To me, that belly bomb, belly bomb he hit a home run in Game 7 2018. So this is a guy who is a ball player. Period. End of story. He's a ball player. He can help you win a game defensively on the base pass. And when he cranked that one out, it was just something special for your Los Angeles Dodgers. Chris Martin, when Chris Martin came in to pitch the seventh, he threw 30 pitches last night. Muncy goes down swinging. Will Smith takes strike 3 on the corner. So we're talking 2 outs in that 7th inning, and Bellinger, he gives the Dodgers a 4-3 lead. It was the 8th pitch of the at-bat. So Cody Bellinger was working that at-bat to the 8th pitch. He punished that mistake down the middle to give the Dodgers their first lead of the night. And I was thinking, hey, whoever takes the lead first late in this game is going to take this game and this series. And it end up that's how it ended up, because the Dodgers, they never look back. They win, and they're now your National League champions. Everything we've gone through, the ups, mostly ups, some downs, and most of them were in this series. This Dodger team made history. We may never see this again. What you saw, you feel you're lucky. It's a great day to be a Dodger fan, and you guys, we're a privileged bunch to support the boys in blue, because we saw a team just dig as deep as they could. They did everything. The heart of a lion, the heart of a champion. You saw that from this Dodger team to get through the Atlanta Braves and advance back to the World Series. It was just something spectacular. I've been a Dodger fan my whole life. I've never seen a Dodger team show this much grit and this much tenacity, this much fight, this never say die mentality that this Dodger team had in this series. I've never seen it. I'm glad to have experienced this series, because I'm telling you, it was one for the ages, and one we're going to be talking about for years to come. Thanks to Doug for the platform. Hey, always, man, it's your show, guys. Let's get back to this comment section. Eddie Rojas, yes, man, we've all been through. This is beautiful. Exactly. We got to win it all, because it's going to be tougher to get past those Braves next season. No question. That Braves team is going nowhere. Who wants some? Raider Nation. We got Go Dodgers. We are the champions from Deborah Young. We're definitely the champions of the National League. And this time next week, I think we're going to be the champions of all of baseball. And the drought will be a thing of the past. I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it, man. This Dodger team is special. Kershaw, Game 1 and Game 5. I go Urias 2 and 6. Yeah, we didn't see Clayton Kershaw tonight. And Doug, call Freeman and tell him to steal Freeman from the Braves. I want that guy on our team. Yeah, I mean, he's a great player. He's a fantastic player. Not over yet. This is the group to do it. Exactly. And, yeah, for all you guys who are talking smack about Dave Roberts, Doc, he's going nowhere. We can talk about potential manager replacements, but I'm telling you, Dave Roberts is going to be the manager of the Los Angeles Dodgers for the foreseeable future, because I do think that he's going to win a World Series this year against the Tampa Bay Rays. And give Doc a lot of credit, because, look, this team could have folded like Superman on laundry day, the way that they were walking batters early on in the game, the way that the Braves, they were a couple big hits away from blowing this thing wide open. The score doesn't really indicate how close it was early on, because it was, I mean, how many opportunities the Braves had. I mean, that base running blunder there really cost the Braves. And give the Dodgers pitchers credit. Give a lot of credit to Blake Trinan on 3 straight days. A dog. Blake Trinan coming out there, a reclamation project from the Oakland A's. Like I was saying, he was trying to be a lead again. Well, he has accomplished just that, because tonight he went out there, and Blake Trinan, he ends up going 2 innings, 19 pitches, 12 for strikes for Blake Trinan, 3 of 5 on first pitch strikes. And the way he was just locating that sinker right at the bottom of the zone, was getting some soft contact outs, and just some of that is where the game was really in the balance there. For the Dodgers. And then Brusdar Graterol, I think that was a major swing in the game. I think that was a major swing in the game with Brusdar Graterol coming there to pitch the top of the 6th. So the bazooka comes in, he gets d'Arnaud to ground into a comebacker for the first out, walks Albies on 4 pitches, strikes out Swanson on a slider inside for the second out, and then he punches out Riley on a slider inside. So an impressive inning from the bazooka, and then he comes off, he does the boom, whatever he does, it's really baller. It's the coolest thing I've ever seen. And what does that do? That's a little kick. It lit a fire under the Dodger offense. And then the bottom of the 6th, Minter came in to pitch the 6th. Then Kike on the 8th pitch. The lucky, wow, that's almost like Kobe, right? Kobe, 8. His rookie number. The 8th was a great number. That's the number that Kobe wore when he was at the Dodger game. Yes, it was a Machado jersey, I believe, but the 8th pitch proved to be lucky for the Dodgers tonight, because Kike on the 8th pitch of the at-bat goes deep on Minter to tie things up at 3. A nice job by Dave Roberts. A nice way to plug Kike into that spot. A fastball, knee-high, right down Broadway, fouling out pitches with 3 and 4. He was fouling out pitches in that at-bat, and he finds a way, and that was another, no doubt about it, a Kike crank, and it was just unbelievable. It was just something so spectacular. Then CT3 doubles. That tied things up there at 3. And he became the 4th Dodger to have a home run in Game 7. Puig in 2018, Bellinger, and then Sweet Lou Johnson against the Twins back in 1965. And it was the Dodgers had some more opportunities in that inning, but Kike Hernandez, he cranks now. But let's jump back in this comment section. This is our year from Jeffy. We got let's go. Kobe said job not finished. Exactly. That's the mentality, East Bay Raider over there on Facebook. Job not finished. What's there to be what's there to be happy about? But look, hey, I saw Kobe after the Lakers won the Western Conference Finals that year against that year, it was the Nuggets against the Nuggets. He was still celebrating a little bit. So we can celebrate tonight a little bit, and then it'll be back to business. But, hey, you come back down 3-1, you pop bottles all night because you win a pennant. There's something special about winning the National League pennant, especially in the fashion that the Dodgers did, coming back down 3-1. By the way, I just want to say, if you're an Atlanta sports fan, my heart goes out to you, okay? My heart goes out to you. Prayers up for Atlanta sports fan. First, it was the 28-3 comeback by TB12, the GOAT, Tom Brady, coming back in Super Bowl. It was like 51 or 2. I think it was 52. And then what we saw in today. So the Atlanta sports fan, another rough night. I know there was a lot of Atlanta fans up in the comment section. They were talking smack on the YouTube channel over in the comments, and they were saying that the Dodgers were going to lose. But like I said, the Braves were going to take an ATL, and they did just that. But the Dodgers, it was more about the Dodgers' excellence and their grit and determination to get back into this series and ultimately win this series. But I tip my cap to the Braves. Hey, me too, Lynn. Hey, Lynn, where's my punts tonight, Lynn? Fire off some punts, my man. They just fire off some puns, my man or my lady or whatever. But, yeah, exactly. Georgia lost to Bama yesterday, too, from Fredo. No tears for Atlanta. They were in our way. I like that. That's the Mamba mentality out there. Stop lying, Doug. Your heart is popping bottles instead of feeling bad for Atlanta. Hey, you guys saw these. Hey, if you saw a couple early, I know my day ones out there were watching the first couple ones when the Braves fans were in here talking smack after the Dodgers were down 3-1. But, hey, you know what? Dodgers are a classy organization. We're a classy post-game show. You guys are the classiest and best fans out there. Dodgers Nation, match that heart button for yourselves for sitting through that and for having the intestinal fortitude to endure a comeback because, hey, that was a game that was just nerve-wracking. And like they say, that baseball is a nervous breakdown that's broken up by 9 innings, right? So it was just baseball is not for the faint of heart, but hey, the reward is just that. But Gio Rivas, Kike ignited the flames. Absolutely. Give Kike Hernandez, he deserves as much credit as anyone. That bomb, that at-bat, 8-pitch at bat. He's fouling out pitches, and he found that pitch to hit, and it was boom, a Kike crank to tie things up. So, yeah, Julio flipped me out from Deborah Young. We got haha, I love it. We got congratulations, Dodgers. Let's go, Dodgers. Mamba mentality. We all know the heartbreak. Yeah, Doug, you're the man. Oh, thanks a lot, Jonathan. You guys, best fans of the game. Patrick Gagne, Dodgers laid the tomahawk chop on the Braves. Patrick, I like that one. This is our year, Dodgers 2020. Love Kike. Gonna be a jailbreak hitting the World Series. Dodgers, Jimmy Denton. Can we get Joe Davis to call all the World Series games, please? Yeah, a special shout-out to Joe Davis. To me, one of the best broadcasters in the game. And for him, you could tell he was trying to will some of those jinxes tonight, talking about maybe there'll be a walk-off home run. But Joe Davis, hearing them back there, I knew the Dodgers wouldn't lose with him behind the mic. Clay Dunsmore, you know, a Big Doug, we're up to bat tonight at Globe Life. This game would be over by the first inning. Hey man, I might give you a little infield single, run it out, maybe like Mookie Betts. But no, I'll crank one, man, for sure. It's gonna be a little Sammy Sosa cork bat or something like that. Joe Davis, so much better. Haven't even played Alex Wood yet. We got Mary Sol. They proved me wrong. I'm happy. Yeah, they proved a lot of Dodger fans wrong. And look, it doesn't mean you're any less of a Dodger fan to think they were going to lose down 3-1 because, look, their backs were against the wall on a level that we never thought would be possible for this year's team. And, hey, like I said, the beauty of sports is the more you watch this stuff, you're going to see stuff you've never seen before. I've been a Dodger fan my entire life. Grew up here in Los Angeles. I've never seen anything like this with the Los Angeles Dodgers. To come back from a 3-1 hole and find a way to win this series, to me, this is a lifelong memory that is going to be special, and it'll get even more special if the Dodgers are able to finish the job in the World Series. But Dodgers over the Rays in the World Series, calling it now. Hell yes, we got this. How about CT3? Don't let that man get hot. Yeah, it was nice to see CT3, who had been really struggling in this series. It was nice to see him start to get it going because Chris Taylor, he gets 2 hits tonight. He got that double. He had that single to center there. And I think that having Chris Taylor still in that cavernous Globe Life field, the Super Costco, as I like to call it. Having him out there is going to be big because he's a guy. Look, we saw Chris Taylor's game-saving play in 2018 against the Milwaukee Brewers. We saw a play like that from Mookie Betts. Like I said, Mookie Betts is like, I'm telling you, he's Air Jordan on a baseball field. What that man can do, it's fantastic. Agree, Big Doug, statistically, the comeback from 2, that's insane. Yeah, can't wait for the World Series. Train Kiki had a skipper moment. Yeah. Urias pitched his ass off. Yeah, to me, if you're gonna go player of the game today, I would go. It's easily Julio Urias. It's a toss-up between Julio Urias, Cody Bellinger, because that is a potent offense. That's an explosive offense, and you're up just 1 run there. Game is tied, and he comes in there. He gives you 3 big innings. And like I've said this whole postseason long, what I tell you, that Julio Urias was the most consistent pitcher that the Dodgers have thrown out there, and I just love the way he was able to keep this Braves potent lineup at bay. And then, of course, you got Kike Hernandez, man. Kike Hernandez. What can you say about this guy? We saw what he did in the clincher in 2017 in the NLCS, hitting those 3 bombs. He has a knack for hitting home runs and clinchers in the NLCS. He did it once again today, goes 1 for 2. That home run, pinch hitting for Jock Peterson there in the 6th inning, and he gets the Dodgers right back into this game. They had an opportunity to score more runs in that inning. But, hey, we're fine. We're fine with a tie game. And then Cody Bellinger is another guy that deserves strong consideration for player of the game because that belly bomb, another just an elite, ultra competitive at bat from Cody Bellinger. I just love what I saw from this Dodger team. Was not losing tonight. They were not losing. They had the heart of a champion, the fire in their eyes all night. That Dodger determination, and that's what it's going to take to win your first World Series in 32 years. The Dodgers did that, and man, what a feeling it is for Dodger fans and Dodgers Nation out there. But yep, guys. Let's go. Who would you call player of the game? I'm still going to go. You got to go. Look. It's a tough situation. It's tough. It's really, really tough because, look, Mookie Betts saved a home run. That's a run right there. Kike Hernandez, he gets you a run right there. And then Cody Bellinger. But I think I'm going to go with Cody Bellinger. Because Cody Bellinger, 2 outs for Cody Bellinger. And like in that inning, Max Muncy went down swinging. Will Smith, he took strike 3 on the corner right there. So Chris Martin, he had thrown 30 pitches last night, but he still had his stuff, and then he just missed one. It was a mistake by Chris Martin there, and it was a mistake by Chris Martin there, and Bellinger just punished it. It gave the Dodgers a 4-3 lead, and he just punished that mistake. So I'm going to go with Cody Bellinger because Cody Bellinger, if he doesn't hit that home run there, and the Dodgers have to go beyond Julio Urias, you never know. You just never know. At some point, that Braves lineup was going to strike, but look, I mean, to me, they're all tied. They're all tied, if you want to call it that. But who do you guys have? Who do you guys have as your player of the game? Who do you guys have? I mean, to me, you could just say we could just go. We got a Big Doug MVP for the season. Our new internet Scully. Hey, that's quite a compliment there, man, from the GOAT. Deborah Young, JT player of the game for saving 2 runs. Yes, Deborah Young, that's a great point there. At that juncture of the game, that was such a heads-up play, and they weren't really playing the rundown that great. And he just had the presence of mind to get out Riley there. And to me, that was definitely a big turning point in the game. But how about we just do, I mean, they're all MVPs. I mean, we could go 1981 Dodgers like Ron Say, Pedro Guerrero, and Steve Yeager, right? They're all tied for MVP for player of the game tonight. But, I mean, everyone contributed to this win. Everyone contributed to getting the Dodgers back in this series. And, it was great. JT playing Superman. We got Julio, the Mexican from Sergio. Yeah, I mean, Julio Urias, to me, what he did, Mario, Doug, I apologize to you for giving up 1-3 games. You do not owe me an apology, okay? As a Dodger fan, I completely understand. Like I said, it does not make you any less of a Dodger fan if you don't believe. Because look, if you've been a Dodger fan for long enough, you've seen some stuff. You've lived through some stuff. So do not worry. Do not apologize. Enjoy this victory just the same because this is your team. And hey, it's all fine. I guarantee you couldn't be more happy for being wrong because I think there's a lot of Dodger fans out there. Me personally, personally, I've been watching the show. I've been pretty optimistic that the Dodgers would at least be able to force a Game 7, and I thought that the key to Game 7 was to see how Julio Urias would be the bulk guy right in the middle there, just like he was in the NLDS clincher against the Padres when he pitched those 5 solid innings. But look, I mean, not a lot of people can predict this. I mean, not a lot of people can predict this when your backs are against the wall. 17 times a team has trailed 3-1 in a series. 13 of those 17 times, the team that was ahead ended up winning. So it hasn't happened very many times. So, hey, man, the Dodgers, they had their moment today, and the boys in blue are back in the Fall Classic, and I know you guys are ecstatic. But Urias looks shaky earlier on the regular season, but look at him now, Jonathan. Yeah, Urias, look, it was early in the season. He had his struggles with the first inning, but he also had a lot of games out there against the Rockies, against the Padres, against the Mariners. I mean, he always flashed that elite stuff. And if you looked at his peripherals, he was still inducing soft contact at an elite level. So Julio Urias is only a matter of time, and I think that he's a guy that he's also a little bit of like Kenley Jansen, where, hey, he likes the big stage. He likes the fans in the stands. He likes the big moments. He likes that spotlight, and he thrives in those moments. And I think that, hey, having the fans back, having these big moments, you're starting to see him thrive, and Julio Urias was just fantastic. But was it fair to give the ball to Dustin May with such short time to get mentally ready from Fredo? I think that, look, we'll definitely get into that for sure. I mean, if you look at Dustin May, it wasn't the right move. Now, the way they justified it was the Braves were hitting like just a little over 200 against 98-mile-per-hour fastballs and elite fastballs and hard-throwing pitching in this series. So they were using that to justify that. And then also they talked about Dave Roberts talked about how they could find the matchup for him. They could actually see who he would be throwing against. But if you're not throwing strikes, that elite talent is going to go out the window. It's not important if you're not throwing strikes. And for him to go out there and throw 8 straight balls, it was clear that he had some jitters, those NLCS jitters there. But look, Dustin May, like I said, he battled out there and he still kept that damage to a minimum. And by the way, a big shout out to Mark Pryor, because Mark Pryor, the pitching coach, when he came out there and talked to Dustin May, he settled him down and he found a way to get out of that inning. And it was a big punch out there. Right at the end. So when he punched out Albies there to get out of that inning with minimal damage. But look, the Dodgers, one run wasn't going to beat the Dodgers. This team hadn't gotten shut out in a game all year, but it put the Dodgers their backs against the wall, definitely a little bit. Like SD Dodger said, like SD Dodger, Mr. Tim Rogers, the scout guru, the Dodgers prospect guru, mentioned that, look, having Tony Gonsolin have a normal warm-up would have benefited him, and he probably would have had a more solid outing out there. But Tony Gonsolin came out there, and he found a way to get some outs. And for this pitching staff to collectively hold this team to 3 hits in the clincher was nothing short of sensational. And look, Dustin May will learn from this. Tony Gonsolin will learn from this as well. But hey, let's jump back into this comment section here, guys. We got Cisco, Joe Davis, best broadcaster. We got it done from Joseph Megazzeni. Nago, go Dodgers. We're going to the World Series from Judith. T to G-Man, exactly. I have guys at work that said they would lose. I knew they wouldn't. Yeah, keep the faith, Dodgers Nation. Don't ever give up on this team. That's what I said. Hey, don't give up on this team. Wait till the final out, and then trust me, once the final out is recorded, then we can go all in on this Dodger team. But definitely they need it. They need the positive vibes. They need that positive energy, and we need to believe in this team and give them everything that we have for this World Series run. Because hey, the Dodgers, they're going there with some unfinished business. The Dodgers know what was taken from them in 2017, and they're back to reclaim their trophy and win the World Series and end the drought. And I just can't believe it. This run, it's just almost surreal. I'll be honest with you, it's almost surreal. And it was just unbelievable for the Dodgers to get back here under these circumstances, down 3-1. It was unbelievable. I mean, LeBron James, that's my mood right now. I'm LeBron James with a cigar in the Dodgers jersey, just loving it. And LeBron James knows a little something about coming back from a 3-1 lead. So maybe LBJ can hit up the Dodgers, congratulate them, because, hey, LeBron James came back from a 3-1 lead. And you saw what happened there. So Kershaw, game 1, let's go. Gio, yeah, I mean, Kershaw gave you 5 solid outings. If that back can if that back can heal up more, I could definitely see Clayton Kershaw have a solid Game 1 start, just like he did against the Astros in 2017 when he had 11 punch-outs and no walks. First time that happened since the 1949 World Series with Don Newcomb, a Dodger legend. So definitely I can see it happening, and I think that'd be a great redemption story. Man, this is unbelievable, man. Dodgers are awesome. They dominated the Braves after the 6th inning of Game 2. Tom Gould, yes, exactly. I mean, the Magic Johnson, the Dodgers staff, make it happen. Congrats. What a crazy series, man. From Skio over on 275. We got Mr. Max. It's time for Dodgers baseball. I like it. Kathy, go Dodgers. We got Let's Go Dodgers from Magical. Go Dodger Blue. By the way, be sure to make sure you guys subscribe to the Dodgers Nation YouTube channel at youtube.com/Dodgers Nation TV. Then also, you want to get merched up. You want some fresh gear for the World Series. Go to DodgersNation.com/shop. Be sure to get geared up. The freshest merchandise in the game. And then also, be sure to subscribe to the Dodgers Dugout podcast on Apple and Spotify and wherever your podcast. And what the podcast is, hosted by your boy Doug McCain, and what it is it's basically your show. It's your podcast because we take all your takes, condense them, and we just add additional post-game reaction, player reactions. So be sure to subscribe. It's your podcast, so you want to definitely support your own podcast. And also be sure to watch the Dodgers Nation preview show for all the entire World Series with I'm pretty sure, and I think you're going to get a Blue Heaven podcast, the flagship show here at Dodgers Nation, hosted by the senior editors here at Dodgers Nation, Real FRG, Clint Pasillas, and Brooks Smith. So they'll be keeping you locked tomorrow, and then watch that preview show, watch the game, and then come rock with us right after the game for the Dodgers Nation post-game show. But here we go, back into this comment section. 4 more wins. Doug, the real MVP, stay positive when we were down throwing. Hey, Tim Rogers. Doug, what up, Tim Rogers? Go follow him over at SD Dodger. No one knows more about Dodger baseball than Tim Rogers. 4 more, my man. Exactly. 4 more wins. And look, I'm not ready to talk about the Rays because we have to celebrate tonight. But the Rays, they're going to be a tough team to take out. But I think this Dodger team has what it takes. And this was a massive victory for the Dodgers. And look, you win this this series like this, there's no way that you don't finish the job in the World Series. Brooke is probably tripping. Yeah, Brooke is probably somewhere celebrating right now. MVP Julio Urias from Jesus. We got Oklahoma City, OKC, Devin Wilson, Dodgers Dune. The King just... Dodgers said breakfast on me. The King just IG the Dodgers and said breakfast on me. Jose Dave Roberts pushed the right buttons other than the opener. Yeah, exactly. Look, the Kike pinch hit right there. Sticking with Julio Urias, but also having Kenley Jansen simultaneously getting warmed up because, hey, I'll be honest with you. I was saying, hey, I feel pretty confident about Kenley Jansen right now. I'll take a 91-92 cutter with action, with location, and his sinker. Kenley Jansen's a guy that I kind of want with the ball right now on 3 days. That might be a situation. We got Jonathan Sherman. We got a celebrity in the house, Doug. Jonathan Sherman, a big Dodger fan and a Sandy Koufax historian over there. Post-game, after every game, still, you know it, Ruben. It's nice to see A-Royd and Big Papi praising the Dodgers. Yeah, hey, say what you want about Alex Rodriguez, but he was really high. He picked the Dodgers yesterday, and he picked them tonight. I think we can shut down the Rays bats. I do, too. We got Dodgers from Damien Avalos over on Facebook. We got Dave Roberts, good call from Benny. We got I'm yelling here in Las Elder is yelling here in Las Vegas. Envy, go Dodgers. Yeah, 4 more wins. We got some John Aguilar, let's take your show on the Dodgers parking lot during the games. Now, that'd be pretty funny, man. I don't know, man. That'd be pretty. Is anyone going to those? I mean, I heard they're pretty good. Scott Fernandez, don't forget Trinan either. Yeah, we talked a lot about Blake Trinan and his contributions tonight, and he was spectacular. Blake Trinan, he was worth all $10 million that Andrew Freeman, the Dodgers, paid him this year to come in and do what he's done in 3 consecutive days and 3 consecutive games for the Dodgers. Eric Fogg, with this momentum, we are not losing the championship. Tina G-Man, of course not. You had to get there first. Jay, hell yeah, Roberts managed a perfect game. Ernesto, Patty. Like I said, look, if you want to talk about the May situation, you know that was not solely on Dave Roberts for Dustin May to get the start today. It didn't work, but the Dodgers, give them credit. The Dodgers said, fine, you give a run, keep the damage to a minimum. You know these bats are too explosive to not wake up at some point, and they did just that. You know how this team thrives off the long ball, and they did it. It was a Texas-sized bomb, 2 Texas-sized bombs today from first Kike Hernandez on the Kike crank in the 6th, and the atomic belly bomb there in the 7th inning. Stay one game at a time. Exactly. Yeah, for sure. 4 more wins. Never gave up on this team from Christina Clifford. Just got to continue to take it one game at a time. You can never count us out. Exactly, man. That's the big facts right there. Tom Gold, the Rays are better than the Braves. I think that, the Braves – starting pitching for sure. Glass now, they got 3 horses there in the pen that can throw gas, and you never know when Cash is going to use them. But hey, not ready to talk about the Rays yet. I'm pretty sure Mr. Clint Pasillas and Brooks Smith are going to break them down tomorrow. We're just going to relish in this victory, man. I'm just so ecstatic. And Mookie Betts, he goes 2 for 4 tonight, a double and the walk-in. What more can you say about Mookie Betts? Mookie Betts, what he's done with the glove, not only does it save runs, not only does it keep the Dodgers from giving up runs, but it gives a different momentum. It provides a spark that this team hasn't had in this run. It's just fantastic. Dodgers did it. We did it from Train. Train, you're back on that Dodger train, and just never leave, my man. Stay on the tracks, and we'll be good. I love it, though. Clay Dunsmore, hey, May, was full of jitters. Again, Roberts did a great management job. Dodger from Clay Dunsmore. I love my Dodgers from Lynette Miller Spinks. We bleed Dodger blue, baby. Deborah Young, my heart can't take much more of this. Think blue, bleed blue from Greg Pierce. Mario, hats off to the Braves for not having a great game. Yeah. 5th Gold Glove for Mookie Betts from Dodgers Dune over on YouTube. What's up, Dodgers Dune? How you doing tonight, my man? Dodgers are 1 for 9 when trailing 3-1. Let's go. Like I said, you witness an instant classic. You witness history tonight, and tonight's game you're never going to forget. Julio MVP from Neil K over there. J. Doug, everyone is all about the big bombs, but give Will Smith credit. Yeah, Will Smith there. Give him, this guy is locked in at the plate. He does not miss very many pitches, does not swing at strikes outside the zone. And he got the Dodgers going right there in the 3rd. So let's talk about that a little bit. Bottom of the 3rd, Mookie Betts flies out. Corey Seager grounds out. And then Justin Turner walks. Muncy rips that changeup to right to give the Dodgers runners on 1st and 2nd with 2 outs. And then Will Smith gets a ground ball base hit to center field, scoring Justin Turner and Max Muncy to tie things up at 2. And a fantastic piece of hitting there right by Will Smith. A little inside-out action there. Sends the ball, a little ground ball there. He knew what the Dodgers needed. They just need to get the ball out of the infield, and Muncy would score there. And it was just a fantastic piece of hitting by Fresh Prince, who has come through in this series. He is a gamer. That catcher spot is locked up. And, hey, that's why if the DH becomes permanent in the National League, Austin Barnes, you know that Walker Buehler, Clayton Kershaw, you know the pitchers love throwing to Austin Barnes. So, hey, there will be a spot for both of them, especially with the DH there. And Austin Barnes, he can get it done with the stick too. So, yeah, that was a big inning there. The Dodgers needed that the Dodgers definitely needed that to tie things up at 2 right there, because that scored Justin Turner and Max Muncy on the play, because Muncy had taken that walk earlier in the inning. So they scored. It was great, too. It was the first time that anyone had scored runs off Anderson all postseason long. They ran that pitch count up to 73. You knew how he was going to try to work his changeup today, pound the zone with his fastball, and work that changeup off it. The Dodgers early on, they had much more success with it. I mean, in the first game against him, they had gotten just one hit off Anderson. Tonight, Anderson goes 3 innings, gives up 5 hits, 2 earned runs, and just 2 strikeouts. So the punch-outs weren't there for Ian Anderson. And then, here we go. But Trinan was actually the winning pitcher tonight. Blake Trinan, he gets the win tonight. Two fantastic, just 2 fantastic gut check innings there from Blake Trinan. Scott Brody hoping Belly. Yeah, exactly. Everyone give Belly some love out there. Who do you guys? So yeah, before you go in, I want to know. Give me your World Series. Well, should we do World Series predictions yet? Is it too early? But who starts Game 1, Doug? I think it might be Clay Kershaw, Will Smith, man. Well, how about this? What was your favorite moment of the NLCS? Let me know down below in the comments. Give me your favorite moment of the NLCS. There's so many moments. that you could talk about. But let me go. Give me your favorite moment in the NLCS, because you could go with Cody Bellinger's home run, some of Mookie's catches there. I mean, you could go with Will Smith's big home run in Game 5 right there. I mean, off Will Smith to Will Smith. To me, I have to go with Bellinger's home run, because that was the exclamation point on the series. It was like, you guys pushed us to the brink. You pushed us to the brink, even in Game 7, and he's able to come through. And to me, it felt like the Dodgers, they had it with Julio Urias pitching like he was on the mound. And Urias, I mean, he was just the soft contact, man. It is softer than flag football. I mean, it was just soft contact, and you just love it, man. It was just fantastic. Oh, Deborah Young, Max Muncy's grand slam, and the bat flip, and the pimp job. Will's home run in Game 5. To me, if I'm going to go to what swung the series, it could, or the shoot, man. There's so many moments, man. The shoestring catch with Mookie Betts. I mean, there's so many. We did it for Kobe from Taco. Urias and Dave Roberts are my MVPs this series, man. Train, you have changed your tune, and I'm loving it, man. I love it. Twice, Cody catching the last out of to go to the World Series. Favorite moment. That's a great moment there, too. Will Smith home run versus Will Smith. Yeah, Will Smith squared. He is legend. That's what Will Smith was with that bomb. I don't think so. We got the double play tonight was big from Scott Brody. Yeah, exactly. That double play was just massive. A home run. Every home run seemed huge. For sure. It's called Tough Love, Doug LMAO train. Yeah, man, there's a fine line between tough love and hatred, but hey, man, like I said, I don't tell anyone how to fan here on the Dodger Station post-game show. I respect everyone, how they get down with their fandom, so no love lost for me, man, I'm telling you. Do it for Vin. Yeah, do it for Vin. Do it for Sandy Koufax. Do it for Tommy Lasorda. Do it for every Dodger fan out there that needs to see this World Series and needs to see this Dodger team win it all. Man, I am so excited. I'm on cloud 10, cloud 11, cloud 12, whatever it may be. This is just a big time legendary night, one you'll never forget here in the city of Los Angeles, and for Dodger fans all around the world, man. This is your night. We got Doug World Series predictions from Clay Dunsmore. Low-scoring games, pitcher wars in the series, very similar to tonight. I don't think we will get a jailbreak inning like we did with the 11-score game in Game 3. It will be a nail-biter. Yeah, it definitely will. But look, one thing to consider, too, the Dodgers, 7 games against the Braves at Globe Life Stadium, the Super Costco. You also have 3 games of the NLDS. That's now 10 games the Dodgers have played at Globe Life Stadium. They have the familiarity. This is the home. This is Dodger Stadium Southwest. Globe Life Stadium, I'm telling you right now, Globe Life Stadium is Dodger Stadium Southwest, and the Dodgers have the home field advantage. I think you'll see a nice turnout of Dodger fans. I wish I was going. I'm sure some of you guys will be going. And the Dodgers know how to play that outfield. They know how to generate offense in this stadium. And look, the Rays, the big bad Rays, look, they're a great team, and we're going to talk a lot about them, and this series is going to get going pretty shortly here. But this Dodger team, this is the year to win it, man. This is the year we put it all together, and we get it done and win that World Series. Urias scalped them. Dodgers in 5 from – yeah, if you guys want to throw out your World Series predictions, you can definitely do that. But if you have not, give me your favorite moment of this NLCS. Dodgers in 6 from OB. My heart is still pounding from Jose Rod. Yeah, my heart is out there doing backflips and somersaults, and I'm sure it's got to be beating if I'm doing this show, right? But yeah, Dodgers in 5. Kershaw wins Game 1 and Game 5. Dodgers in 5. Take it to the limit, Greg Pierce. Dodgers in 6. Dodgers 2020 World Champions from Train. Dodgers in 5 from Mitchell Hill. The robbed home run, yeah, that's definitely up there. A sailed loner. What's up, a sailed loner? Dodgers in 7. So you got the Rays going pretty deep. LA Dodgers champions, do it for Kobe. Hearts from the 909, Anthony Lozo. We got Lakers in 6, Dodgers in 6 too. I like that, Jose Rod. Dodgers in 7, Dodgers in 5, but I said the same about the NLCS. Riker, hey, I was with you too, man. I said it was going to be Dodgers in 5. I just was, I didn't want a long series because I was just kind of wrap things up. But hey, man, I couldn't be more happy to be wrong on that one. Will Smith home run was my moment too. I think that's where I'm at too, that and the Bellinger home run. But I think I'm going with the Bellinger home run. But I think that if you're going to look at one play that flipped this series, it's got to be the shoestrings catch, the Bellinger home run, yeah, exactly. But the Dodgers in 6, Deborah Young, do it for Kobe. Rob, love to see the ring on Kershaw. Yeah, Clayton Kershaw would get a ring. I think that it'd be so deserving, everything that he's done for it. Look, we're not there yet. Let's not go there yet. Let's not look too far ahead. Let's celebrate tonight. And tomorrow, tune in to the Blue Heaven podcast. Hosted by Real FRG, Clint Pasillas, and Brooke Smith. I'm sure we're going to get all deep into that Tampa Bay series, but tonight it's about celebrating. You got to celebrate the victories. You got to celebrate these championships, and we got to celebrate the fact that the Dodgers came back trailing 3-1 in the NLCS and came back, and they win today. They came back in Game 7 and won today, and it was just a team effort all around. Your boys in blue, your boys of summer are going to become legends of the fall, and they're the comeback kids. And one game at a time from Eric, LA Dodger champions. I bleed Dodger blue. Blue Heaven, exactly, the Blue Heaven podcast, essential. Andrew E., how about the mishaps base running by the Braves? Yeah, it was really one of the turning points of this game, and they're going to look back. And it was just a big-time moment there. The fourth inning, on that play, Markakis, so he grounds one right to Justin Turner. They get Swanson in a rundown. Then Turner, I mean, he has eyes on the back of his head right there. He gets Riley at third for a double play, some base running blunders. And Ozuna, look, I don't care what level of baseball you played at, you know you can't go home until you see the glove. You see the baseball in the outfielder's glove. And Ozuna, he leaves early, and it cost them a run. And I think that also has to do with the fact that it was such a great grab by Mookie Betts, and the way his body was positioned, you probably thought he was going to maybe catch it and spin or dive or something like that. So I think that in a defense of Ozuna, look, man, you don't see guys make catches like that very, very regularly. So yeah, I think that was big. That really swung the momentum there. And then Trinan just coming in there when it look May and Gonson, they just weren't throwing strikes. Gonson's split change wasn't as effective as we've seen it when he's at his best. Dustin May, I think that, look, he had that big punch out to get Albies there at the first, really could have saved the game for the Dodgers. So look, there was a lot of game-changing plays. So hey, look, those players are going to be a part of this organization for years to come. So Dustin May, you're going to be in front of this rotation for years to come. So getting that experience early on is big. Look at Corey Seager in 2016. I mean, Corey Seager against the Nationals, he was big, gets those home runs. So getting these young players experience at this juncture of their career is going to pay dividends down the line. And, that still came through. Belly is on the injured list now. Is that true? The 5-2-5-6 double play. Yeah, I know, man. I'd never seen that, too. Like I said, the thing about Major League Baseball, man, you watch baseball long enough, I don't care how many games you've seen, you'll see something you've never seen before. And they saw that a couple times in this series. Does anyone know why Joe Buck didn't commentate today? Well, it was because he was doing the Bucks-Packers NFL game. And luckily, we got Joe Davis on the call. Mookie is a highlight reel. Yeah, he is. Mookie Betts is a walking highlight reel. Defensively, it's nice to see him get that extra base hit there. Deborah Young, will we have shows after the World Series game? Doug, yeah, absolutely. We'll be going live just like this, breaking down each and every World Series game. And if you missed the show, like I was saying, be sure to subscribe to the Dodgers Dugout podcast. And if you can subscribe to the podcast, you get the show on the podcast, and we add all the player reaction and post-game interviews and all that cool stuff. So definitely be sure to add that. Gear up for the postseason, guys. We have respect. Dodgers, Chavez Ravine, I have the utmost respect for the Atlanta Braves. They gave the Dodgers everything they could handle in this series. They have a really potent offense, a bright future. Pache comes in. He's in home runs. He's a great center fielder. Acuna didn't have his best series for them, but they have some young stars over there. Look, if they had Soroka in this series, it would have been even tighter than it was, and I don't know if the Dodgers – it would have been very tight. But if the Dodgers won, they would have beaten any team that was in front of them, because this is a destiny year for the Dodgers. I think this team is the team of destiny. But a worthy adversary, exactly. That's a great way to put it, Dodgers doing. They are a worthy adversary. They're a team that is experiencing a drought of their own. Look, they hadn't won a postseason series since 2001. They haven't been to the Fall Classic since 1999. And they're a franchise that this Dodger team has been compared to. Like the 14 straight division titles, Dodgers have won 8 straight division titles. So, yeah, the Braves, Alex Anthopoulos, he just wasn't enough, and that shows you this Dodger team, they got some dogs, man. We got some dogs. We got some killers wearing Dodger blue, and Julio Urias, Blake Trinan, just, man, that's the emoji with the smoke coming out of the nose. that was those two tonight. Coming out there, and don't forget Brewstar, Gratterall, and I mean, it was just this whole comeback was just a big team effort. You won't find anyone on this team that did not contribute to this comeback, and that's what it was going to require. It was going to require an all hands on deck mentality, and they got just that. The Dodgers need to get money off their backs. I mean, they're actually set up pretty fine. Not many deep financial commitments other than Mookie Betts. A lot of contracts that will be coming off the books in short order for the Dodgers to rebuild. The Dodgers are built for long-term sustained success. So Pollock he had, I think, 3 or 4 hits in this series. I think that he might pop. Pollo's going to pop in the World Series. I think that J-Gab, much props to the Braves. They're not going anywhere. Also, can the Freeman haters go away? I think all the haters are going to go away. To me, it's the Homer Simpson gif, right? All the haters just going right into that bush right here. And the Dodgers are in it, man. Boys in blue, do it again. Turner's play got us here. Anthony Madrid. Yeah, Justin Turner hit 304 in the series heading into tonight. And, Corey Seager, a much-deserved MVP. He's now he's OPSing 1224 in the postseason with 6 home runs, Corey Seager, man. 6 home runs, 15 RBIs, and, an absolute stud is Corey Seager. But 1980s Dodgers all over again. Seager definitely needs to get paid very soon. He's a stud. Yeah, if Corey Seager is healthy, he's a top 5, top 10 talent, a perennial all-star, a guy that can that's in the mix for MVP consideration. And I think that, to me, you got to keep Corey Seager as a Dodger. Look, you drafted him. He was a high prospect. He was a touted prospect. He won Rookie of the Year. He's been a part of this run. I definitely think you reward him with a contract. And I remember that after Mookie signed, it was I don't know if it was a little slip by Corey Seager, but Corey Seager said that hey, Mookie's going to be with us for a long time. So I think that the Dodgers fully intend on extending Corey Seager. I mean, that's just kind of my gut instinct on that, because you don't let a player like that get out of your organization. But I'm proud of Dave Roberts for sticking with Urias. Props to Dave from Moose. Yeah, props goes a lot of props, man. More props than Broadway tonight, okay? I mean, throw them to Dave Roberts, throw them to Julio Urias, throw them to Blake Trinan. There's so many people that are deserving of credit for this monumental comeback the Dodgers are on. That Mookie catch from Joshua, Brulio, Estrada, Doug, keep those receipts. A lot of doubters when we were down 3-1. Glad to say we're all high-fiving at this point. Yeah, I mean, look, it's to be you have to understand. Like, I'm not going to be here and be like, pull out the receipts and say you guys didn't believe, because, look, it's okay, man. It's okay. That's the beauty of being a fan. You're going to have those nights where you think it's the end of the world, and then you're going to have nights with just jubilation like tonight. But Mookie Betts is a stud, outstanding defensive player from Fernando. Brian Alex or Lynn, time to win this thing. Dodgers have paid big dues. Thanks, Boston, for Mookie. Thanks for Brewstar. That shoulder looked just fine tonight. And that slider, man. How about that slider and that 101 mile per hour gas? Phenomenal. Props to the bullpen and manager Joshua Martinez. It was breathtaking. Great night. Appreciate the show and having this fun with other Dodger fans. Yeah, man, it's a party. Come join Talk Dodger Baseball all postseason long. Doug, what are your thoughts on Dave Roberts after tonight's win? I mean, if you know me, I definitely defend Dave Roberts to a fault. I mean, look, he's a Bruin. I like to think that Dave Roberts is a guy that can get this team he's 600 win percentage. He's a guy, 5 straight division titles, first manager ever to do that. And part of it to me is, look, I mean, I like the stability that he brings. The culture, look, don't kid yourself. The culture that he created in this Dodgers locker room, in this Dodger clubhouse. Say what you want about his managerial miscues when it comes to dealing with the bullpen, the pitching staff. Yes, there is no perfect manager out there. I know there are a lot of people talking about Bruce Bochy, who's basically in retirement. He was basically retired when he was still managing. And yes, no one manages a pitching staff and bullpen better than Bochy. But for Dave Roberts, this says a lot about the clubhouse culture he's created with Los Angeles. And for the Dodgers to say, we be down 3-1, we're not going to throw in the towel. We're going to go back in this thing, and we got this. That says a lot about Dave Roberts. He's loyal to his guys. He rides or dies for his guys. And I think that guys like playing for him. And I think that if there's any Dave Roberts detractors, if he wins this World Series, you could look back and say that, hey, he should have won in 2017 if they weren't sign stealing with the asterisk / Trastro / scum of the earth. And he could be a multi-World Series winning manager at this point of his career. So, yes, there's certain elements of his managerial style that leave more to be desired. And but look, hindsight, we call them the hindsight hyenas, right? Hindsight is always 20/20. And look, I think that we'll see, man. We'll see how he has it lined up for the World Series. But man, I'm still honestly in shock that the Dodgers came back down 3-1. I still can't believe it. Corey will be a Dodger for life. Trust me, Dodgers Dune. Yeah, I love that. Mookie for president from Mario. I'm not sold on Roberts until we win a World Series. Sorry, Pam. Well, let's hope that. Let's hope that we can fight on, Doug. Fight on, man. Hey, represent, man. A friendly rivalry, man. It's all love for the Trojans around here, man. Hey, no, it's a collaborative effort because Pryor is a Trojan. So there, man. You got Trojans rocking hard, but man, hey, represent USC in the house. Go Dodgers, Tina G. Man. Glad to see Dodgers prospect win MVP from Oscar. JT downing a beer. What kind of beer is he drinking, man? Because I'm drinking straight vodka right here. Now this is water, tap water. Yes, we can, Lee. Lynn, I've been waiting for that. There we go. Hit me with your puns, Lynn. Yes, we can, Lee. Lynn over on YouTube. Is it possible to not have Kershaw start game 1? Hey, if you've been watching this team all year, Clayton Kershaw is fully capable of giving you a strong, solid start there in game 1. And I think that you throw him. I'd rather see him in game 1 than game 2 because if he loses game 1, you're just down 1 game. You got Walker Buehler go the next game. But if he goes out there and it's almost like if Kershaw when it's tied or the Dodgers are ahead, he's going to give you a good start. And I think that the old Dodger in the sky is going to do him a solid. And I think you're going to see some solid innings from Clayton Kershaw in game 1. I live in Westwood, but fight on from Lynn. Hey, man, you got the Trojans rep. Hey, you guys are probably excited, man. You guys got your team coming back there pretty soon. Oh, Kelly, we got K-Mac. Go Bruins. And this is not what this is turning into, guys. We're going off the rails here. But couple, oh, man, can't believe we're already an hour here. But, yep, guys, what a fantastic night to be a Dodger fan. The Dodgers get it done in Game 7. You witnessed an instant classic of a series. Be sure to head over to DodgersNation.com, your home for all things Dodgers, analysis, news, rumors, all things Dodgers. You're going to find it right over there. Be sure to tune in to the Blue Heaven podcast tomorrow, hosted by Real FRG, Clint Pasillas, and Brooke Smith. And then join the YouTube channel. Subscribe to the Dodgers Dugout podcast. But as always, thanks for rocking with us. Party tonight. Down a cold one for me tonight or whatever it is. Could be a Capri Sun, a beer. I don't care what it is. Down a cold one for me tonight. Dodgers getting back. Coming all the way back and beating the Atlanta Braves to advance to their 3rd World Series in the last 4 years. But, hey, it's bottom of the 9th, 2 outs. Let's go back to this comment section for a couple more, and then we'll be out of here. Doug, will Lux be added to the World Series roster? I don't see it at this point, Mr. Estrada over on Facebook. Tina, Greg Pierce, can I order the new Nike Mookie? Hey, we need that, right? Rays Astros, Dodgers in 5. Thanks again, Doug. See you Tuesday, Doug from Scott. Yes, sir. We got a great show, Doug, from Greg Pierce, but I don't want Kershaw game 5. We got stop being we got Crown. We got thanks to you guys, man. Thanks to you guys, man. It's been a fun year. You guys are the best fans of the game, and we got Clay, we got Later Clay, we got GH Mario, we got Tina G, man, we got Mike over there, we got Mora, we got Harold over there. Yeah, man, shout out to all you guys. Make this show what it is. See you guys Tuesday. Rock with us tomorrow on the Dodgers Nation Blue Heaven podcast. Get ready. The World Series is Tuesday. The Fall Classic is upon us. But thanks again, guys. As always, remember, nothing brings us together like Dodger baseball. Think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.
The perfect game.
High fly ball into right field. She is gone.
Fernando Valenzuela has pitched a no-hitter.
This is a no-hitter. Turner in the air to center field. That ball's hit well. Martinez on the run. This is way back, and it is gone. It is a walk-off home run for Justin Turner.
And for the 2nd consecutive season, the Dodgers are going